Okay everyone, welcome back to Cruise Class. In today's video, we'll be looking at two more examples of geometry questions and how we can use the properties of angles and straight lines to solve these problems. Now in the first example we see here, we see that we have two parallel lines. So automatically we know that we probably will be dealing with corresponding angles and alternate angles and stuff like that. However, the question says we need to find x. X is the unknown here. Now what I would do here is first realize that if we need to find x, what I would do, I would make a dotted line here. Good? And then if this is 60, therefore this angle here must be 60 as well, because corresponding angles are equal when we have two parallel lines cut by a traverse. So 60 corresponds to this 60. And now we see that we have a straight line. And what do we know about angles on a straight line? Angles on a straight line must sum to 180 degrees. So therefore 40 plus x plus 60 must give us 180 degrees. So let's see. 40 plus x plus 60 is equal to 180 degrees. Okay, there it is. So therefore 40 plus 60 is 100 plus x is 180. Therefore x must be equal to 180 minus 100. Therefore x is equal to 80 degrees. So in this example, x would be 80 degrees. Now in the next example, it says find a. Now the reason I use these examples is because sometimes it's very difficult to see how we can solve a question without adding different lines to it and manipulating the diagram a bit. Now in this question, we need to find a. Now what I would do, I would bisect a. Look at that dotted line here, because we see that we have two parallel lines. Good. Now that we have two parallel lines, we know that corresponding angles are equal, we know that alternate angles are equal, and we know that interior angles are supplementary. However, in this case, we'll be dealing with alternate angles, because if this is 22, therefore this angle here must be 22 as well. As we can see, it makes the z, the alternate angles. And this angle is 32, therefore this one must be 32 as well. Because as we can see, if we make the z, 32 here must be equal to 32 here. And A is composed of both the 22 and the 32. So therefore, angle A must be equal to 22 plus 32. So that will give us 54 degrees. And that is because of the principle that when we have two parallel lines cut by a traverse, alternate angles are equal. So 22 will be alternate to this 22, 32 will be alternate to this 32, and A is made up of 22 and 32, which will give us 54. So in summary, this is another example, or these are two other examples of properties of angles and straight lines using to solve geometric questions.